Not that we can't get there. We can get there one day, just not today. All right, back at it again. Got lots of stuff, not a lot of time to do. Let's go. All right, so these are American peppers, most likely habaneros and or poblanos. They are doing very poorly, growing slow. So we're probably gonna boost up nutrition, but they are starting to finally rebound. Some are getting bigger than others, most likely due to drip install. I put a test right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. I put those in myself. They did okay. Some did not make it. The actually Silicate, it's a little bit, this is a good example of what might damage looks like on your crops. But I'm really worried about the falling leaves and the yellowing of leaves. If you look at the main field, there is a ton of like patchiness and baldness and yellowness. So I want to fix that, but there is some hope because they are flowering. Downside is our fruits are half the size just due to natural lifespan of the plant. So I'll have to take a look and see what I can do with that and if there's anything else we can do. But it looks like as I go through here, you can see, look at the yellowing. There's not a row, and that could probably just be the disease finally just taken the plant. No amount of nutrient or amendments will be able to overpower a sick plant. But there are some that do a lot better. This row actually surprisingly did a lot better. We were always worried about this Gymnelina tree here, just sapping it, but it looks like they really bounced back. I also assume because it's the first in line from our irrigation, right? It goes there, all the way to there. Most likely that's why it's getting a lot, it's getting a lot of the nutrients, a little nutrient thief. It's the imbalance into your fertigation system. So one of the big things I've done last week and what you can see right now this week is we're testing out everything. So right now I had the guys set this. We were going to go down the rows this way. That's going to be a future project, but since this land's already been worked and this is where peppers and okra were before, we're going to put a lettuce in here. I did about 1,000 seedlings of lettuce and we're going to just test it out. Probably have them mulch it. It's really nice and close together. So the rows are going to be a little bit, you could get away with one drip tape down the center, spaced out every 30 centimeters. I really like metric. It's a lot easier than trying to describe feet. So every foot, then you can put 2 lettuce heads on the opposite side of each other. Because we're growing iceberg lettuce and it's actually kind of hot where we're at, got to find a way to keep them cool so that they don't bolt. Okay, here we are. This is our Reichwein Red Jet. This is green to red. Yay, I said it right this time. All right, normally I always say red to green. That'd be amazing. All right, so green to red, Reichwein Red Jet. Condors lettuce, so I would say these are pretty good to plant. It was weird, we had some weird watering issues. We're just gonna try to put them in the ground. I know they look wimpy, but our environment is terrible. It's really terrible. It's like rain like crazy and then blazing sun, rain like crazy, blazing sun. So if you actually look at our Reichwein, they're not as pretty. They're growing really deformed, but they're starting to get thickened up where they're about ready to, we can put them into the field. I'm gonna have to put them into the field because I don't think they're getting a consistent protection. So that's why I'm very alarmed for this, but they actually are rebounding really well. I talked to another fellow pepper grower in our area. They've noticed the same thing as well. The reason why I say it's wonky and weird is because if you look at this, Palermo Bachata, also from Reichwein, this is the only one, other than this one maybe, that's what you want them to look like. If they look like this, where they got 4 true leaves, that's kind of where they should be at their growth cycle. And this has been about 4 to 5 weeks. So I would say that there's a lot of stuff to be learned as I point the camera at the wrong spot, but that's a good picture. The good thing that I like that I did this time as I moved the camera around is that they're all even. They're all the same height, which I cannot explain how awesome that is. That's actually a very good sign that I did something right. If you notice, we're putting our shade net back on. It's because it's raining, it's not raining, it's raining, it's not raining, right? Farm management's really tough. But yeah, again, I'm just getting drug every different place with other projects. I'm trying to just keep it into the greenhouses. I'll show you what we did with vanilla. So I've been dragging around this thing as I wander across the farm. It's not weird or anything. I'm really bringing it to vanilla. I probably should have went to vanilla first, but I have my guys up there transplanting. so that we can get everything in line. So it's just easier. I just get to walk around, look like a goofball carrying this, but very much farmer, because one of the big things that hashtag time wasters is not having all your stuff together on you when you walk out to the field and then you have to walk back. Same goes for your employees. Just waste a ton of time. All right, foot baths look like they're full. Make sure you step in it. So in here, this is mainly the white stuff, is mainly the dolomite. The dolomite provides calcium and magnesium into the soil, and that we're having it. And we're also baking it because sometimes you don't know what you're going to get from your suppliers, and if it's been sitting there on their shelves for a while, maybe mold fungus could possibly come in. So we're really baking. So we wet and we bake and we wet and we bake. Then we make a nice little beds like this. So a 1 meter wide bed's about 20 centimeters high. We're not doing as high because, well, it's gonna be a pain in the butt to trellis them. You can see already our prep for trellising, but there we go. Here is the super secret tech for greenhouse irrigation management. All right, so your drip lines, you probably never cleaned them enough, ever. So when we were checking these, we noticed the water was ridiculously hot coming out of them. And that's not good. That means that hot water on your plants, on the root zone, will kill your plants. And that's what we don't want. So we already have enough working against us here at the farm. We don't need to continue hurting us. So what I did is I thought about it, and this is more of an efficiency thing. You don't have to install it exactly how I did it, but this is actually a really good idea. Is because you need to flush your drip before you run your water, because it's going to take the path of least resistance. We're going to open these up. See, that was a little bit cleaner at least. So that's good. Run them, flush the lines, close them, then begin feeding our plants. And then now we will know that, one, we have cold water and we have nothing clogging the drip emitters. Yay, sweet, awesome. So that's the easiest way. These things cost maybe like $1 a piece and very easy to fix. I gotta buy more, they always break, but these have lasted pretty well in the field. I just moved them from the field to here, did some tie wire into them, easy day. So this one's looking pretty good right here. And now that we're gonna flush them at the start, flush them at the end, plants will be happy. I cannot explain to you how tough and difficult bell peppers are to grow. You saw the seedlings. If I wasn't on top of that, most likely I could have lost more. I would say there was even some trays. If I started 128 cell trays, I counted 78 that actually lived out of that tray, which is atrocious because they actually had a really good germination rate. I did not see any failures. Same thing that happened to lettuce. We just had a weird time where they probably just didn't get enough water, or it just had burst of sun, dried out that soil, and then they died. I didn't notice as much pest or cutworm or any stuff like that. We keep that place pretty clean. We keep it very well maintained, so I don't notice that as much. There is some cutworms in some of the things, is what it is. Moving into greenhouse one. All right, so greenhouse one is our soilless mixture. I say soilless, but it may be soil at this point. We've had one Anatsal grow, two pepino, which cucumber, and then we had a Sealy. The Sealy and the cucumber did really good. The first Atsal did not. That's just the finickiness of it. So this is rocket science here. You can compost this type of stuff and reuse it, because remember, it's mainly inert. As long as you solar sterilize it, there's no need to pay for more, and then we just refresh the bag. So what we're doing right now is we're refreshing the bag. We're taking our awesome cement mixer. This is the best thing in the world. And then we're making a final product. So this is our final product right here. And that's what you're gonna get. And that's mainly a combination of carbonized rice hull, cocoa peat, some Dufos from Sargrex, and some other amendments, maybe some chicken dung or anything else like that. And so we're doing that. These are about, I would say 20 to 22 liter bags. This is what they look like full. We fill them up. Now, if you notice here from our past grow, we had only one emitter going per bag. We're gonna fix that, and we're gonna do 2 emitters per bag. So we did plastic mulch all the way down. We're just gonna put the bags, and these bags are 45 centimeters, 45 centimeters apart, and then 2 per row. I'm not doing the staggered because the way that we're gonna grow them, and that's 2 plants per bag. And this is 800 bags per greenhouse, and that's gonna get you about 1,600 plants total. Expect 10% losses just due to natural things. Again, they're in the bag. They're going to always need water. Always expect losses. Work them into your crop. At 1,500 to 1,400 plants living, you're still going to generate over 3 kilos a plant, and you're going to generate like maybe like 3.6 tons, somewhere in that area is our target yield for this house. Could you do higher? Maybe. I'm not Haifa, I'm not Reichwan, I'm not any of those people. Trust what I say, that it's just very tough, because those people that are actually doing it in a commercial one, they're doing 18 to 23. And then if you go to the Netherlands, they're doing 80 per plant. They have so much technology and integrated pest management that they just have the solution. So no worries. Not that we can't get there. We can get there one day, just not today. All right, so moving on. So this is what it looks like right here. This is kind of when everything's been baked. When you wind down your greenhouses, you want to make sure that you give a good sterilization. This is the hardest part in turning over a crop, because theoretically you could have one crop there, one crop here, right? And interchangeable. So we're stowing the seeds for this one once the guys finish bagging it. Don't forget the packing twine. Sell us by like the kilo. It's like the easiest thing to tie stuff up. So we've had a good durian, at least on one of our trees, has been really productive. You see kind of the billowing smoke pit. That's all the cuttings from the field. I had them remove and burn all our compost, just part of maintenance and everything. Our rambutan has finally had enough sun and it is completely red at the top. It is not ideal for kids to pick it because it's like 12 feet up. Yeah, it's like picking durian. It's like you're just gonna kill somebody doing it. There's like a technique. So right now we do have rambutan. It is harvestable now, right now, but we need that. So what we did is we brought up some butterfly catching looking things, and we're gonna go fish them because these things are all at the top. The ones at the bottom, they were not happy, either due to sun or something else like that. So here's vanilla. I transplanted the remaining vanilla, and I kind of hinted at what I was gonna do to intercrop, because I'm having issues with peppers. These are my poblanos and probably habaneros, and they just took forever to finally get to a state where I really wanted to transplant them. I'm having the guys right now flush out the irrigation, and you can see that vanilla is just insanely happy. So I'm trying to get that. So in between, 1/2 meter apart from each other. So we got pepper, 6 peppers, 6 peppers, 6 peppers. Now we have done Salacious in here before, but it sat dormant for like 8 months. So I think we're okay to try to put them in there. It's worth a chance. Keep them out of the rain. It's away from other parts. We'll see what we can do. Again, there is a way to do it if you maintain the soil properly. We'll do that. It's unaffected by vanilla. Vanilla's unaffected by it. We'll see how it ends up going. Again, it's just a test, because I can always recover vanilla, and then peppers, if they're not doing good, I can always just kill them. They were just gonna sit anyway, because I have lettuce going in the spot that they would, and I have Anthranosis in my field. Let's just remove that entirely. You can still plant on your farm as long as you maintain it. There's those awesome butterfly catchers over there, which will be now rambutan catchers. So we have 2 plants in between. The ones like this is habaneros. They're just a slower growing pepper. I'm gonna do Master Blend on them. Master Blend will also be good for vanilla as well. It doesn't really need a lot. I'm not really worried about burning its roots. Plus it'll be for science, right? Everything looks good. I was kind of worried about the poblano looking ones, or the habaneros. They kind of had some like leaf mold. They're actually really happy plants, and they looked really good. Some being a little bit tinier than others, but these are the survivors. These are the ones that did really well. So that's what we're gonna do. That's pretty much it. I gave you a little tour of vanilla. So if you liked the video, give me a like, a subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.